and welcome back to Praggers Gaming. I'm Gamer Praggers, and this is Techtonica. In the last episode, what did we do? We found some stuff up here on Sierra, and I have done a few bits and pieces behind the scenes, mainly looking at the power production. As in the diesel. I've made some few, as you can see, there's now loads of sand gone from down here. So we can probably do some explorizing. Okay. That's still going. But we can't get out. A little claustrophobic, isn't it? So I have also increased sand pumping down here. What are you? Where is my scanner? Don't know. But yeah, so I've been exploring around when stuff comes available. We found a few.
I'll have to take a closer look, but the writing at this site is angrier, violent. The runes here aren't instructions the way the others are. These are warnings.
Good. Warnings are weaknesses. Weaknesses are opportunities.
Sir, I think I'm doing a bad job of translating these. The Calixians are not monsters. There is a whole layer of trauma and history and near self-annihilation that explains why they genuinely think what they're doing is right. It's just so monumental that I can't really explain it.
Your translation is excellent. Humanity put centuries of self-justification for evil behind us to come together for a better future. We did not stop making excuses for ourselves only to begin making them for something else.
Right, so we found a carbon vein, but I don't have any fuel on me. So that is something we need to look at doing. For a second I thought I heard a the monorail sound. Huh. Ooh, more stuff to scan. Another sand pump. But we have found a few bits and pieces, such as sand pumps. I've got a few crushers, and I did a little experiment which I started in the at the end of the last episode, where I used the recipe to get the unrefined. Let me show you. Here, to take the unrefined and turn it into pure and impure. What I don't have, and it's until we get the rest of the process unlocked, which we can do now, I think, is no. We need to unlock the next level of Sierra, because that gives us the biobrick diesel recycling, and we can't do that just yet. So that's something we do need to work on. I believe there was a sand pump here. So yeah. So things are coming along. How are we doing numbers wise. We're still not quite 100,000 milliliters. ML? But it is going, which is something, and Sierra is largely just staying as is. I was told that there is potentially space behind here, I think, to potentially put a sand pump in. Because it goes down to the bottom, but that doesn't look like it's the case. But I mean, it's keeping up as it was. So, and I took down everything. So that's just ticking along, really. It's not going down, but it's not going up either. So there is that. Let's go up to X-ray and see how many green cores we've got. Because I'm fairly certain it was all automated, but I could be wrong on that. They're in here. The other thing I need to do is pick up some fuel. Nice. There aren't any. Why not? What are you missing? Blue research cores by the looks of it. Everything else is automated. And blue is weighted on processor units. Oh, which aren't automated. Huh. That'll do it. That will draw everything to a close. Okay, so processor units are down. Victor, I think. I believe so. Over on the other side. In fact, I might be coming across. Here we are. That is processor units. Ah. Grab all of those. So yeah. So did I add another one? The other thing I did to streamline over here is I took down the bio bricks requirement from the smelters and just put them so the Mark IIIs, so they don't require a power source because they use electricity. And yeah, I also upped down here, in particular over here I think it was, so that this was producing plant matter a bit quicker. That has now backed up, so that's good. So that's this. Okay, cool. What's in there? What was that? Oh, it was plant matter. Okay. Okay. Because this was backing up, or slowing down, sorry. So it wasn't producing as quick, which meant that I wasn't getting the bio bricks for these. So the power, the unrefined biodiesel wasn't producing. So yeah. Okay. Right. with that in mind, right, we've got 908 blue, so I'm going to turn that off. Because we have loads of unspent blue. So let's just get some of these blue ones bought. So that we haven't got any outstanding. Crusher Mark 1 allows us to build them, which would be good. Yeah. I'm going to take that. And there. Can't do anything with those. Can't do anything with those. We'll take that and that. Decreases accumulated charge consumption. Oh, that's good. Okay. That's handy. But I think that's all of the blues, and we've still got 600, so that's nice. And if we need more, we can make them. Okay, so what now? Left, that's got 8,000 left. Whoops. See, I don't know. And this is where... How much isn't that? That one's empty. And this is what I don't get with the sand pumps. And I might need to do some Googling offline. Unless anyone's able to help us out. This one down here has a dig speed. These two here have a dig speed of 500, but they're not spitting out nearly as quick as, you know, they look like they should. This one's got no fuel. Just stick that in there. That'll process for a bit, and this will back up. But are these picking up? That's 500. 500. So are they 500 each, and that's what gives me the 4,000? I don't know. I'm a bit confused. Can I take that one out and leave the one in? Yes, I can. But I can't put it back in. Well, stop. I'll keep that as is. Because that'll... okay. So we can take those out. Because obviously this is backing up, and we are now down to 3,500. But I don't know. I don't know if that's actually doing anything. If that makes sense. So if I take that one out as well. Can I not place that because... that could be a problem. That's a big problem. Still need that. Whoops. Because I'm assuming I don't necessarily need this platform now. I still need this one to get over to here. But it's a bit confusing. So is that because it doesn't do anything? I don't know. And if I come out the back of here, there is no room, so I can't put that there. I mean, because getting all the power down here is going to be a pain in the what's name. That is a monorail. And we can put... Oh, we can't. So if I put down a normal one... Yeah, pop that in there.
Reminder, carbon vein mining is dependent on drill type. Blast drilling will produce carbon powder bricks directly.
Oh, that's interesting. So let's put... So that produces 5. That only produced 4. No, that produced 5 as well. That's 15. And then I'm out. But that only produced 2. So if I now swap that for a normal drill and put that in, that would just keep producing powder. I think it's all we can do, really. Okay. These. See, that's got 53. Unless that's what it can reach. Maybe. But I'd need to get the power down. And that's going to be a problem. Or I use this. If I popped a drill in here, a sand pump in here, which I'm not going to be able to do because I can't build. Yeah, I'd need to rebuild it. That's the problem. But let me just pop that back in and just see. $27. It's a problem, and I don't know how we solve it easily. So that might have to be an offline project while I think of effectively our way down to here, and then we put a sand pump in here. I mean, the other thing to do potentially is to build out from here and build our sand pump platforms that way. I don't know. It's a possibility. But it would be slightly off anyway because of building it to this. But it's a project, that's for sure. So it gives me something to do. Because there's also one here as well. We could put a pump in there. We could put a pump down there. In fact, that is perfect. It would have everything. It could do everything from there. That is not how we get back up though. So I think that is my project, is to get that. Basically work hard, get... What about here? Okay, so there's that, which is the basics. And if I just... Can't quite get the actually no, do you know what, that's fine. I will put the light stick back, and then if I can where are they? Because are they too small? Possibly. Okay. Okay. It's not ideal, because I would have liked it up against this but it does get the job done. And then what we'll do is we'll have out. Do that. There. And then I just need to fill in that. 3, 6. There. In fact, do you know what? I'm going to take those out, and I'm just going to have... Right. Right. And then... so this is down. Crud. This one's up. And down. So we will put that in. That way, and then that one's out. Oh, whoops-a-doodles. Okay. Huh. Handy little staircase. That doesn't help. Okay. Okay, so that's out, that's in. Okay. So if we run around here and up here, we can do that. For now, that starts outputting. There we go. Why am I not seeing that come down yet? Because... ah, that's why. Okay, so we should see power coming down. Okay. already blocked going? No. There. Okay. So that's 1750. So does that mean some of these have stopped? Or is it because... Yeah. So that's none. That's none. 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 Yeah, so because these are down to 208, they're just not doing anything. But we've got this one in now. Okay, so we are just... So, okay, we need to carry on working with this and moving them over, because we're just not getting... I'm going to take that out. We're just not getting a lot out. And, okay. Right. There we go. So, we have... some setup. We've moved setup, and these will hit bottom, which is fine, because as you can see, the sand remaining in the pump is the sand that's remaining on the level, whereas these ones aren't. These ones over here are literally just keeping up. So what we need to do, because that's 208. Yeah. So I need to move some more over, get another setup over there, so that we can carry on working through. Because it will go while we do stuff. It's just going to take a long time to do it. But thank you for hanging out. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, ticking the bell so new videos go live. In the description is a link to the channel Discord. Feel free to come and talk about the games you're playing, the games I'm playing, games in general. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!